everyone, my name is Chloe and today I'm here to do my June in and out. So if you have not seen one of these videos, this is a video in which I talk about everything I hauled for the month as well as everything I am unhauling. So the goal is always to read off my shelves. So the goal is to decrease my physical TBR every month, and I've had some good ones, some bad ones, and this month I'm happy to say I'm decreasing my physical TBR by 5. So that's great. I am just about 7 over where I started the year. So you guys, if you have been watching me for a while, the goal at the beginning of the year, January 1st, I said I want to have 100 less physical books than I did at December 31st than I did on January 1st. As of now, I'm sitting at 7 more than I had on January 1st. So second half of the year, you guys, doing it. So I have 5 books to haul and 3 to unhaul, but I did read a total of 10 off my shelf. So I'm only bringing 5 new ones in, and I took 10 off, so I'm down 5 total. So let's start with the unhaul. So the first 2 are ones that were on my, I did a try a chapter, I guess, where I tried a chapter of the 5 lowest rated books on my shelf. Shocker, 2 of these are on that. So the first one is Smart vs. Pretty by Valerie Frankel, and this one is about 2 sisters who inherit this coffee shop, and it is failing. And so this one day, this young girl walks in. She's like this marketing student, and she's like, "Hey, I'll help you guys revive this." And the way they're going to do that is by having like this male beauty pageant and call it Mr. Coffee or something. And then Mr. Coffee dies, and so it is kind of a cozy mystery, kind of. I don't really know what you would call this. There's also a lot of the relationship between the 2 sisters because one's the smart one, one's the pretty one. La-di-da-di-da. I thought this was definitely just okay. Gonna unhaul it. In fact, I really skim read the last half. I think I gave it maybe 2 stars. Then December by Elizabeth Winthrop. This one is another one that I gave 2 stars, and this is about a young girl who is selectively mute and her parents and the journey through that and them trying to help her and all of that kind of stuff. But you guys, the ending is so annoying. So annoying. So give this one 2 stars. Not going to reread it. Wouldn't recommend it. Don't invest your time. The last one that I'm unhauling is Control Girl by Shannon Popkin. So this one I'm actually back and forth on if I'm going to unhaul it or not, because this one, I don't know, you guys. So it says lessons on surrendering your burden of control from 7 women in the Bible. So the whole point is it is an illusion that we have control. God is the one in control. We need to let him have that control and just rest easy knowing that he's got it. Love that message. The 7 women that she mentions in the Bible, love their stories, love how she showed how they were trying to control their situation and how God had it under control and that their control didn't really matter. The part that I loathe about this book is the author's personal opinions on things and how she states them as fact. So she talks about divorce, she talks about gender roles, she talks about verbal abuse and what we should tolerate and what we shouldn't. And there's so much in here that I was like, ew, no. Nobody read this. Do not pick this up if this is what this author thinks is okay. So if she would have left her personal opinions out of it, this would be a 4 or 5 star. But she didn't. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one or not. That is all of the unhaul or potential unhaul pile. Now let's get into the ones I'm hauling. So if it wasn't for Book of the Month, you guys, I would be in a very small haul. But let's just start. So The Summer of the Sea by Jenny Hale. This one I was given by Forever Publishing, so thank you to them. This is about a girl who she grew up on this, I think it was a summer house or something. And she had this first love. And then her sister stole her first love. And so her and her sister have been estranged since. Now, for some reason, they are coming back to this house and both sisters are there. They have to kind of work it out. And I don't know if they're going back to the house or the island, but I think then there's a romance between her and the landlord. And so this says one summer can change your life. Jenny Hale writes touching, beautiful stories. I think it's mostly about the sisters, but I don't know that for sure. It says a page-turning novel about the powerful bond between sisters, the painful joy of first love, and the realization that we may not always get what we want, but if we're lucky, we might get exactly what we need. So again, this kind of fits with that control theme, but I'm excited to read this one. Next is There You'll Find Me by Jenny B. Jones. So this is one that my mom gave me. So mom, thank you. This is a YA about a young girl whose brother dies, and then she decides to stay in Ireland. I think she was doing like a study abroad. So she kind of puts her plans on hold, stays in Ireland to follow her brother's travel journal. So I think she's just trying to discover more about her brother. I'm guessing there's a romance. I don't really know. I'm excited. I love books set in Ireland, and I've really been in a YA mood lately, so there's this. Next is the Book of the Month ones. And you guys, you're supposed to pick one. I picked 3 last month. So this month I have not picked my picks, and I'm kind of thinking I might just sit this month out, not because there's nothing that's interesting, but because I have got to slow my roll on this. So the first one, of course, is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Who's surprised? I am not. This one is about 4 siblings and their summer parties, I think, in Malibu, and the house catches on fire. Don't really want to know much more than that. Can't wait to read this. Love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I know there is a connection to Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm not going to reread that one to see it. This is just one of the husbands and his kids, I think. So, I'm not that worried about missing connections. Next is Sky Falling by Mia McKenzie. And I haven't heard really anybody talking about this one, but I think it sounds so good. So this is about a woman who she's like in her mid-20s and she's really strapped for cash. So she decides to donate her eggs. Well, now it's like 17 years later or something. And one of her, children comes back to her. And I just think it sounds really interesting. So can't wait to see what this is about. Last is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. So this one I have seen a lot of people talk about. Nicola Yoon is an author I have liked, and this one is about a girl who is given the ability to like see how a relationship is going to start and end, and she's already kind of skeptical about love, and so then being able to see the ending of all these relationships makes her like, eek, yikes. So I just heard Nicola Yoon, read the premise, thought it was great. I like this cover quite a bit too. So I think this will be great. Can't wait to read it. So have you read any of the ones that I read? And what were your book of the month picks? Because there are some months where I'm like, I'm okay picking one. There are other months where I'm like, I just need them all. And that's good and great. And these are all great. And I'm very happy to have them on my shelf, especially for Book of the Month's price. It is a great price for brand new hardbacks. But I need to slow my roll, especially if I'm ever going to get this physical TBR taken down. But that is it. I hope you have a great day, night, whatever, whenever you're watching this. And we'll talk to you in the next one.